Couple slides yet. Arm roll.
Oh, dear.
Good afternoon, my name is Scott Gregas. I'm a paralegal student. The case I'm doing is McCulloch versus Maryland. It was tried in the Supreme Court of the United States, March 6, 1819. Involving the 10th Amendment, which states the power is not delegated to the United States by the Constitution, nor prohibited by it to the states, are reserved to the states respectfully or to the people. A little background. Maryland enacted a statute imposing a tax on all banks operating in Maryland not chartered by the state. The statute provided that all such banks were prohibited from issuing banknotes except upon stamped paper issued by the state. The statute set forth fees to be paid for the paper and established penalties for violations. The Second Bank of the United States was established pursuant to an 1816 Act of Congress. McCulloch, a cashier of the Baltimore branch of the Bank of the United States, issued banknotes without complying with the Maryland laws. Maryland sued McCulloch for failing to pay the taxes due under the Maryland statute, and McCulloch contested the constitutionality of that act. The state court found for Maryland, and McCulloch appealed. Two questions were asked. Does Congress have the power under the Constitution to incorporate a bank, even though the power is not specifically enumerated within the Constitution? And does the state of Maryland have the power to tax an institution created by Congress pursuant to its powers under the Constitution? Two questions that were asked were answered with the Supreme Court decision, which was delivered March 7, 1819. Yes, Congress has power under the Constitution to incorporate a bank pursuant to necessary and proper clause, Article 1, Section 8, and no, the state of Maryland does not have the power to tax an institution created by Congress pursuant to its powers under the Constitution, and the court ruled in McCulloch's favor. The judges in attendance: Chief Justice John Marshall delivered the opinion of the court. Bushrod Washington, William Johnson, Joseph Story, Gabriel Duvall, and Harry B. Livingston concurred. Thomas Todd was present but did not participate due to being sick. Case was decided unanimously with no dissenting opinion. Any questions?
What was on the animal in that picture?
Come on.
Actually, in chapter 11, which would be the next chapter covered, that particular court case is in there, dealing with this. It's interesting in that they got involved with dealing with institutions. Some of what resulted from these cases too is, for example, the FDIC, Federal Deposit Insurance, because back in the late 20s, 1929, we had the Great Depression. And as a result, a lot of people lost a lot of money because the banks were. So there too is in this case is part of the reason why I think you'll find the federal government stepped in and in essence said, we've got to do something with regards to banks and the banking industry as far as insuring your up to $100,000. So, as I said, the interesting thing about it is this would have been next week. Had next week been Chapter 11. Okay. With that, any questions, any more? Other than Uncle Sam?